Revolvers. Classic, rugged, and deadly. But not all bullets are created equal. Some calibers pack extraordinary power, capable of piercing steel, stopping threats with a single shot, and even being used by law enforcement and big game hunters alike. Today, we're diving into the 10 deadliest revolver calibers ever made. And trust me, number 1 will leave you speechless. So, before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. If you're a true firearms enthusiast, drop a comment with your favorite caliber down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our wild upcoming videos. 10. 357 Magnum, the classic killer that refuses to die. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a caliber so legendary it has been trusted by law enforcement, the military, and civilians alike for over 85 years. We're talking about the mighty .357 Magnum, a round that redefined what a revolver could do, and still demands respect today. One of the most iconic revolver calibers ever made. Introduced in 1935 by Smith & Wesson in Winchester, the .357 Magnum was the original high-velocity handgun round. Created in response to the need for a cartridge that could punch through car doors and early body armor, and boy did it deliver. With muzzle energy typically ranging between 500 and 700 foot-pounds, this cartridge can fire a 125-grain bullet at speeds exceeding 1,400 feet per second. That's nearly twice the impact energy of standard 9mm rounds. Translation: if you get hit by a .357, you're going down hard. But it's not just about the numbers. The .357's balance of power and control is what makes it truly deadly. It delivers serious stopping power, yet remains controllable in compact revolvers, especially short-barreled models like the Ruger SP 101 or the legendary Smith & Wesson model 686. It's also incredibly versatile. You can shoot .38 special rounds from the same gun for reduced recoil and training purposes, but load it with full-power Magnum rounds and it becomes a completely different beast, capable of defending your life or even taking down medium game. One reason this caliber is so deadly isn't just raw power, it's accuracy. The flat trajectory and low drop-off over distance make it a favorite for precise shots out to 50 to 75 yards. But make no mistake, this classic round hurts on both ends. While manageable, it still kicks harder than most semi-auto calibers. And that muzzle blast in a snub-nosed revolver? It's like a flashbang going off in your face. The .357 Magnum might not be the most powerful round on this list, but its history, performance, and proven lethality make it one of the most respected. It's not overhyped. It's not a fad. It's a timeless killer. So don't underestimate this icon. It may sit at number 10, but in a real-world gunfight, the .357 Magnum is still deadly enough to end it all with a single shot. If you've ever fired a .357 Magnum, let us know in the comments. What's your go-to load, and how do you carry it? Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and keep watching, because the next calibers will blow your mind, literally. Number 9. 44 Special. The silent hammer with a serious bite. Coming in, at number 9 is a caliber that doesn't scream with speed, but whispers with weight. Meet the 44 Special, the quiet storm of the revolver world. Don't let the name fool you. This round packs a punch that is anything but special. It's lethal. First introduced in 1907, the .44 Special was designed as a low-pressure, big-bore round, offering manageable recoil with deadly terminal performance. And for more than a century, it has proven its worth in the hands of detectives, ranchers, and armed citizens alike. While its velocity may seem underwhelming compared to modern Magnums, usually around 750 to 900 feet per second, it's the sheer mass and diameter of the bullet that really does the talking. That's a .429-inch chunk of lead built to crush, not just cut. Let's be real. Stopping power isn't just about speed. It's about what the bullet does once it hits. And this is where the 44 Special earns its stripes. That slow, heavy projectile creates deep, wide wound cavities and maintains straight-line penetration, especially when paired with modern hollow point designs. But here's the twist. The 44 Special delivers all that power without the brutal recoil of something like the 44 Magnum. That means faster follow-up shots, better control, and a much more enjoyable shooting experience. Especially for close-quarters defense, that's a game changer. And yes, this round is still around because it works. Just ask legendary gun writer Elmer Keith. He hot-loaded the 44 Special for years and eventually pushed manufacturers to create the 44 Magnum. Without the 44 Special, there would be no 44 Magnum. It's often called the thinking man's Magnum. Enough power to stop a fight, but tame enough to shoot comfortably. It's ideal for shooters who want a big hole and big results without the wrist-shattering blast of high-pressure Magnum rounds. So why does the .44 Special earn its place on this deadly list? Simple. It's one of the most underrated fight stoppers in the revolver world. It's quiet, it's smooth, but when it connects, it hits like a freight train. And here's the kicker. Many people carry 44 Magnum revolvers but load them with 44 Special for better recoil control, while still packing serious punch. That's real-world wisdom from shooters who know just how deadly this round can be. If you've ever run 44 Special in your carry revolver, tell us your favorite load in the comments. And if you're enjoying this list, make sure to subscribe, because the next caliber is coming up, and we're just getting warmed up. Number 8, 41 Magnum, the forgotten Magnum with unforgiving power. Number 8 on our list is a caliber that lives in the shadow of giants, yet delivers a level of lethality many shooters completely underestimate. Welcome to the world of the 41 Magnum. The Magnum round you've probably never fired, but definitely wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of. Developed in 1964 by Remington and Smith & Wesson, the .41 Magnum was designed to fill the gap between the proven .357 Magnum and the raw beast that is the .44 Magnum. The idea was simple. Create a round with a flatter trajectory and deeper penetration than the .357, but without the punishing recoil of the .44. Let's be clear, it didn't land in the middle, it blasted straight through it. A 210-grain .41 Magnum bullet can reach speeds of up to 1,500 feet per second, producing over 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. That's not splitting the difference, that's knocking on the door of dangerous game rifle territory. This round hits hard, harder than most people realize. The wound cavities are wide, the penetration is deep, and with modern ammunition, you're looking at a caliber capable of taking down deer, wild boar, and even black bear. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite its immense potential, the .41 Magnum was never fully embraced. Why? Two main reasons. First, it was introduced during the rise of semi-automatic pistols. Second, the recoil was still too much for most law enforcement officers, despite early marketing claims that it would be the perfect duty round. Still, among revolver purists and big-bore hunters, the 41 Magnum found its home. Today, it's a cult favorite, a hard-hitting, flat-shooting, no-nonsense caliber with legendary real-world performance. People who shoot it swear by it, and let's not forget accuracy. The .41 Magnum has a strong reputation for precision, especially in long-barreled revolvers like the Ruger Red Hawk or the Smith & Wesson Model 57. With the right hand loads, it's considered one of the most accurate Magnum revolver cartridges ever created. But don't confuse accuracy with softness. This round is just as deadly up close. It expands aggressively with hollow points and delivers devastating penetration with hard-cast loads, making it a reliable choice for wilderness defense against predators or two-legged threats. So why does the .41 Magnum earn a spot on this list? Simple. It's one of the most underrated and deadly calibers ever designed. Powerful, accurate, and in the right hands, absolutely terrifying. If you've ever shot a .41 Magnum, or if you're one of the few who carry one, drop a comment below and tell us your favorite revolver and load. Hit that like button, Subscribe for more firearm breakdowns and don't blink, because from here on out, things are about to get wild. 7.454 Casull. When you absolutely must stop a charging grizzly, number 7 is where things get serious. Real serious. We're talking about a round that doesn't just stop threats, it obliterates them. This is the .454 Casull, a caliber born out of necessity, built purely for power, and respected by anyone who's ever faced a charging bear in the wild. Developed in 1957 by gunsmith Dick Casull, this cartridge began as a supercharged evolution of the .45 Colt. The goal was simple: create a revolver round powerful enough for big game hunting, especially animals that bite back. Now, let those numbers sink in. We're talking about nearly double the power of a .44 Magnum, a 300-grain .454 bullet traveling close to 1,600 feet per second, delivering over 1,800 foot-pounds of energy. That's rifle-level ballistics in a handheld revolver. This round does not play nice. The .454 Casull is known for bone-shattering penetration, massive wound channels, and enough hydrostatic shock to drop game fast. Think elk, moose, feral hogs, and yes, grizzlies. And that's exactly where the .454 Casull earned its reputation. In the backcountry, it became the go-to sidearm for wilderness guides, backwoods hunters, and bush pilots. People who know that in bear country, you don't get a second chance. But all that power comes at a price: recoil. This is not a round for the faint of heart. Firing a .454 Casull feels like detonating a mini grenade in your hand. The muzzle blast is brutal, the recoil is punishing, and even experienced shooters feel it deep in their bones. And yet, the .454 Casull isn't just about brute force. With the right revolver, especially one with a heavy frame or ported barrel, it can be accurate out to 100 yards or more. Pair it with modern ammunition from brands like Hornady, Buffalo Bore, or Underwood, and you've got a round that can both save your life and take a trophy animal. Another bonus: most .454 Casull revolvers can also chamber .45 Colt and .45 Schofield, making them incredibly versatile for training, practice, and defense. The .454 Casull isn't just a revolver round, it's a statement. It tells the world you're ready for the worst-case scenario, and you've got the firepower to back it up. Have you ever fired a .454 Casull? If so, you already know this is not your average revolver round. Drop a comment below and share your experience. Hit that like button if your wrist survived, and stick around, because the next caliber on our list is an old warhorse that still hits like a champion. 6.45 Colt P. The cowboy round that hits like a freight train. At number 6, we go back to the Wild West, but with a modern twist. Meet the 6.45 Colt P, a century-old cowboy cartridge now supercharged with modern pressure loads that rival Magnum-level power. Don't confuse this with standard .45 Colt. These P loads are designed for strong-frame revolvers like the Ruger Blackhawk or Red Hawk. When loaded hot, they can hit almost as hard as a .44 Magnum. Why is it deadly? Because it's big, slow, and it crushes bone. Hollow points expand like a sledgehammer. Hardcast loads punch clean through thick hide and dense muscle. That makes it ideal for hunting, backcountry carry, or serious home defense. If you love the legend of the .45 Colt but want modern Magnum tier performance, the .45 Colt P is your answer. Old school soul, modern day stopping power. 5.50 Action Express. The handheld cannon. Halfway through our list, we reach the 5.50 Action Express, also known as the king of overkill. Originally made famous by the Desert Eagle, this monster of a round fires a 300 to 350 grain bullet at speeds of up to 1,500 feet per second. It doesn't just hit hard, it destroys. Bone, muscle, and barriers mean almost nothing when a .50 AE connects. One well-placed shot can stop nearly any living threat in its tracks. Nothing wants to be in front of a .50 AE. While it's mostly associated with semi-automatic pistols, yes, there are revolvers chambered for it. The most famous is the Magnum Research BFR, and trust me, when this thing roars, everyone at the range turns their head. The recoil is brutal, the muzzle blast is blinding, and the damage? Absolutely devastating. This isn't just a caliber, it's a statement. Coming in at number 4 is the .475 Linebaugh. The .475 Linebaugh was not built for comfort. It was built for authority. Designed by legendary gunsmith John Linebaugh, this caliber was created to push revolver performance into territory most handgun rounds never reach. No gimmicks, no shortcuts. Just raw, controlled power for the worst-case scenarios. This is a true big-bore revolver cartridge. We're talking about massive 400 to 420 grain bullets, delivering well over 1,500 foot-pounds of energy. Power like this doesn't depend on speed alone. It relies on weight, momentum, and deep penetration. When a .475 Linebaugh hits, it doesn't deflect and it doesn't fragment. It drives straight through bone, muscle, and thick hide, creating deep, devastating wound channels. That's why experienced handgun hunters trust it for elk, bison, and even brown bear. Despite its size, the .475 Linebaugh is surprisingly accurate. Fired from heavy, custom-built revolvers designed to manage recoil, skilled shooters can make consistent hits out to 75 to 100 yards. The recoil is heavy, no doubt, but it's a firm, rolling push rather than a sharp snap. Manageable if you know what you're doing. This caliber is all about confidence. One well-placed shot, one decisive result. It's not flashy, it's not mainstream, and it's not cheap, but that's exactly the point. The .475 Linebaugh is built for shooters who value reliability over popularity. In the revolver world, this cartridge sits in a rare category. It's not just powerful, it's trusted. Trusted when distances are short, threats are real, and failure is not an option. The .475 Linebaugh doesn't need hype. Its reputation was earned, one hard-hitting shot at a time. 3.480 Ruger, the gentle giant that kills like a freight train. Number 3 is a sleeping giant. Meet the .480 Ruger, a caliber created for those who hunt things that can hunt you back. It was designed to hit harder than a .44 Magnum, but without the wrist-breaking recoil of the .454 Casull or .475 Linebaugh. Originally launched in 2003, this round fires a .475-inch diameter bullet that's slower but heavier than its high-pressure cousins. The result? Massive momentum, deep penetration, and devastating crush power. It's perfect for close-range bear defense or for ethically dropping large game like elk, moose, or even bison. And thanks to its lower chamber pressure, the recoil is powerful but manageable, especially in heavy-framed revolvers like the Ruger Super Red Hawk. The .480 Ruger flies under the radar, but those who carry it into the wild know one thing for sure. It gets the job done when your life depends on a single shot. 2.44 Magnum, the legend that still demands respect. You knew it had to be here. The .44 Magnum is so famous it changed movies, culture, and handgun history. Immortalized by Clint Eastwood's iconic line, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" This is the round that redefined handgun power when it was introduced in the 1950s. At the time, it was the most powerful handgun cartridge on the planet, and even today, it still hits like a hammer. It's perfect for hunting deer, boar, and even bear. And let's be honest, it's downright terrifying in a self-defense scenario. Heavy recoil? Yes. Loud? Oh, absolutely. But in the right hands, the .44 Magnum is shockingly accurate, with some shooters making clean hits at 100 yards from a revolver. This isn't just about nostalgia. The .44 Magnum still holds its place in the top tier because it works. It's big, it's bold, and it's just as deadly today as it's ever been. 1.500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, the most powerful revolver round ever made. This is it. the final boss of revolver calibers, the one round that dwarfs them all. Say hello to the .500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, the most powerful production handgun cartridge on the planet. Introduced in 2003 by Smith & Wesson in collaboration with Corbon, this monster was built for one purpose: to reclaim the crown of handgun supremacy. And it did, without question. Firing bullets weighing up to 700 grains, the .500 S&W Magnum delivers nearly twice the power of the .44 Magnum. This round is so powerful that the revolver itself, most famously the Smith & Wesson Model 500, had to be built on an entirely new X-frame just to handle the pressure and recoil. The 500 S&W Magnum isn't a range toy. It's a serious hunting cartridge used for taking down Cape buffalo, grizzly bears, and even elephant. This is a round for shooters who demand absolute maximum firepower and are willing to endure the brutal recoil that comes with it. The .500 Smith & Wesson Magnum isn't just deadly, it's legendary. It turns heads at the range, obliterates targets, and commands instant respect. When you carry one, you're holding the most powerful production revolver cartridge ever created. And there you have it, the 10 deadliest revolver calibers ever designed. Which one is your favorite? Which one have you dared to shoot? Let us know in the comments. Hit like if you love big bore power, and don't forget to subscribe for more firepower every week.